crime analyst is someone who looks at data and tries to find patterns and trends in that information that will predict an occurrence or an offense or a traffic accident, or to identify a suspect or a victim. Crime analyst will then share that information with the right personnel, and strategies and tactics can be created that will best respond to that data.
So in 2013, we had an opportunity as an organization to reassess a professional staff position that we had available in the organization and hire a crime analyst so that we could do a better job organizationally of looking at the data around issues of crime, traffic, and quality of life, and do a better job of assessing and problem solving those particular issues.
The main hotspot then for accidents in July is Thursday between 1 and 2 p.m. So some of the data that I'll analyze, if I see a trend or a series developing, I'll send that out to whoever the relevant person might be. So that might be a sergeant on day shift, that might be a sergeant on the CAT team, and see if there's something that we can come up with, or just to do about it, or just let them know that, hey, this kind of appears to be a hotspot arising.
4 years ago, the police department decided to use a data-driven approach to having monthly meetings within the police department of all the major components to talk about crime, traffic, and quality of life issues. And we named that monthly meeting that we do SAFER. And really it was a way for me as the leader of the organization to pull individuals from my patrol division and my support services division and my investigations bureau and the community services team all into one room to talk about all of the activity that had happened in the previous month and any activity that had happened up to that point where we needed to talk about strategies in terms of how do we address this, or what are some other things we can do from a problem-solving approach to address that. And the crime analyst has really helped us in that, because she's able to bring more data to the table. She's able to bring maps, heat maps that show activity, pin maps that show specific crimes that occur there, and other reports to really help us do a better job of assessing, are we responding to the needs of our community?
All right, let's see what's going on in the world of law enforcement here real quick.
This is the briefing room scroll in the briefing room of the police department. It runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it will just scroll through information that the officers may need to know while they're on shift. And this helps to be able to put pictures and faces to those names, so that if an officer's out on the street, he might recognize somebody and know who he's looking for or what he's looking for if it's a vehicle, a little easier than just hearing it.
We do a pretty good job here in terms of qualitative data, in terms of looking at crime as it occurs, but it's all qualitative. We were missing that quantitative piece in terms of looking at the actual data that we had, the reports that we had, the information that was in the reports, and extrapolating from that information that could be used to solve crime, information that could be used to deploy our resources. So instead of having officers out there just randomly patrolling the city, we can direct our officers to certain areas and give them information in regards to, here's the crime that we're seeing in this particular area, here's the temporal and spatial information, and actually get them focused into certain areas within their beats where they can spend the most time and actually get in there and problem solve, as opposed to just being reactive and responding to crime.
I hope that the analysis that I'm able to provide for the officers and the detectives in tracking individuals and finding trends and patterns to be able to identify suspects, and is able to help in the prosecution of offenders.
To really truly police our community and to have an understanding of what the needs are really requires a collaborative approach and an analytical approach.
Every day is different. I love the math and the data side and trying to tie in series and figure out a series or a pattern or a trend based on just a line of data. I hope the work that I do can help the officers do their job better and keep the community safe.